Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Emily and I'm currently doing a road trip across the western United States. If you missed it, we were just in the Tetons and Yellowstone and Wyoming. Now we are headed to the Oregon coast. We're about halfway through Oregon right now and we have a few fun stops along the way. We just stopped for lunch and I was gonna take you guys out, but it was so windy here you wouldn't have even been able to hear me speak. You would have just been hearing wind noise, which I'm assuming you don't want wind noise all up in your business. Neither of us have been to Washington, so we're gonna go a little bit and cross into Washington. Because we can see it at the park, but we have never been there, so now we can say we've been to Washington. Although I do want to go to Washington for real, but we are heading the opposite direction to give you guys a spoiler. Let's hit the road and hopefully get to our destination before dinner. The drive on I-80 after about halfway through Oregon was insanely beautiful. It follows the Columbia River and had these gorgeous formations on both sides, which makes up the Columbia River Gorge. We did end up crossing into Washington and got gas, so I can say I stepped foot into Washington State. We headed back into Oregon after a bit of driving and kept heading west towards one of my most anticipated stops of the day. We made it to the spot and I'm looking at it right now and it is gorgeous. Crazy. We obviously just saw Multnomah Falls and got soaking wet. So bring an umbrella, bring a raincoat, be prepared to be wet, but it's okay. The curls will just be curling a little more and frizzy. So absolutely worth the pit stop. You do need a permit from recreation.gov to park between 9 and 6 from Memorial Day to Labor Day. So keep that in mind. We bought a permit this morning and the only one available at like 9 a.m. this morning was 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. entry time. So keep that in mind. They release 2 weeks before the date and then another wave releases 2 days before at 7 a.m. So if you want to come here, just keep that in mind. Absolutely worth the stop if you're coming through. You can hike all the way to the top. We didn't do that because it was downpouring and we didn't have proper equipment. Definitely would have been cool. We did hike up to the bridge, which was cool, but seeing the lower falls and the upper falls together was really amazing. I think it's the tallest waterfall in Oregon, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm very happy we pit stopped. So I'm gonna keep driving for a while and hopefully get to our destination and eat a good seafood dinner. I have sturgeon, fish and chips, clam chowder, and IPA. What more could you want? They want the fries. They can't have them. These are good fries. Not the best fish and chips I've ever had, but it did the job. It was good. It was quick. We needed that because we're on a time crunch. When we got here, we had about an hour and a half until sunset. We have to get to the beach. I'm excited to see it for the first time. I've been wanting to come here for a while. I've wanted to come to Oregon for a long time, so I'm really excited about this. Good morning. It is Saturday and we are back at Cannon Beach. We left Seaside. We had breakfast at a cute little shop, walked down to the beach, but it is raining. We are headed down the coast a couple hours today and we're stopping in Cannon Beach, just gonna walk around a bit in the rain. We have our umbrellas and semi-waterproof jacket. We're going to a candy store. There was a history and museum, but it's only open Wednesday through Friday, so we're not gonna be able to make that. And then I think we'll get lunch here and then head down the coast a little bit and maybe make a couple stops along the way to our next hotel. It's only a couple hours, so only a couple hours of driving, and then I plan on sitting in the hotel and reading all night. Let's go walk around Cannon Beach in the rain. We walked last night when we came back to the car. We walked on the road. We parked kind of on the north side of town, walked to the rock, and then took the beach access exit that way, and then walked back to the car in the town. And so we saw a little bit of the town last night, saw some spots we want to stop in at, and I'm excited. First stop is something very exciting. So let's go. I love a turtle. Even though it's rainy, there are still a ton of people around. So don't let the rain deter you. You can still go into shops, bring an umbrella, bring a raincoat. After our morning in Cannon Beach, we headed south and it was pretty rainy the rest of the day. We got lunch at this yummy spot, and on the way to lunch, we drove through Tillamook. If you know me, you know I love Tillamook ice cream, so after lunch, we backtracked a bit to the Tillamook Creamery where we got to see how the cheese was made and of course had some delicious ice cream. I had no idea Tillamook or the Creamery would be on our drive. Good. Mint chocolate chip, my favorite. So good. We hit the road again and it literally felt like we were driving through twilight with the mist and the hills and the big pine trees. I loved it so much. Our last stop of the day was at a beach on the way down, and it was still pretty cloudy and foggy, but the rain slowed down a bit, which was nice. Hello! We made it to our next hotel, which is in Newport, which is 2.5-ish hours from Seaside. So we left this morning, we just got here. We got here maybe a half hour to an hour ago, and I'm literally about to go to bed, and it's 7:30 p.m. But I'm just so exhausted. We've seen so much over the past it's been like 5 days, and I'm starting to feel it, but I've been actually sleeping pretty well the past couple nights, so I'm happy about that, and I am actually gonna go to bed. Today was a wonderful drive along the coast. It was pretty rainy, but honestly, I'm not mad about it. I felt like the Oregon aesthetic. I'm excited for tomorrow for more driving along the coast and hopefully 10 hours of sleep. And yeah, I'm just gonna read my book. I'm currently reading A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but I did get at the bookstore in Cannon Beach, Tom Lake, which I've been wanting to read. I have the audiobook, but I don't really want to make my friend listen to the audiobook in the car, so I was like, maybe I could read it. But yeah, reading this for my Hunger Games video, and I'm only a little bit in. It's crazy. What else? I got my little snack before bed, my Tillamook, I'm like, what is it called? Cheese. I tried the habanero That one was so good when we were there, which I literally had no idea the Tillamook Creamery was in Oregon, but it's literally a town in Oregon. Learning about the history was cool and seeing how they do cheese is cool. I've always loved their ice cream. My family has gotten their ice cream for so long and we've loved it. And when I saw that, I was like, wait, we need to stop. It was literally that's there, we need to go. And it was so busy. There were so many people. It was the perfect kind of rainy day, Saturday activity because, again, you can't really go to the beach when it's windy and rainy out. Although there were a ton of people at the beaches, even though it was windy and rainy. Just have the proper attire, which, y'all, I friggin' forgot to pack my raincoat. I always forget something on a trip, and this time it was my raincoat. But I'm pretty sure today is the only day it's gonna rain, so that's good. But anyways, let me try this ice cream. Ice cream girl, go to bed. This is the sharp white cheddar. It's so good. Yeah, that's fire. Okay, now I'm gonna try, this is the medium cheddar. I think this one's aged 60 days. I like the sharp white cheddar better, but this is still really good. Oh my god, both of these on a grilled cheese sandwich on some homemade sourdough. Don't get me started. Another eventful day. I'm excited to sit here and listen to the waves. We have a room right on the ocean. You can probably hear it, honestly. Beautiful ocean view. It would be a great sunset, but there's a ton of clouds, so that's okay. I'm gonna eat my cheese, read my book, maybe watch some YouTube, relax, and go to bed. Good morning! I literally slept 9.5 hours last night, so it was perfect. And now I am just walking down to the beach. I might get the little muffler things on here. One sec. Okay, maybe that's a little better. I'm walking down to the beach right now. I slept, like I said, 9.5 hours, and it was so lovely. It's cloudy here this morning, but not rainy, so that's good. And we're gonna do the rest of the coast today. I've loved Oregon so much. I'm like, I could live here. Just driving yesterday, fog covering the trees. We ate some good food. I didn't even know the Tillamook Creamery was here, as I told you guys yesterday. So worth it. It was a rainy day, but it was still a good day. And I'm happy Friday we got to see Cannon Beach without the rain, see the sunset, so that was really nice. I really loved Oregon, so if you've been thinking of coming here, do it. It's so good. There's so much to do, and we're missing a lot too just because we only have 2 days here because we're just doing the weekend, but I would definitely come back, absolutely. You guys, we were gonna go to Powell's Books, but we wanted to get to the beach, and there was just a lot of traffic in Portland, so I will have to come back and go to Powell's, which is the world's largest independent bookstore, but I was able to support some local bookstores. Went in, did I stop at Seaside? So I got Oh, that was in Cody, Wyoming. LOL. I was able to support the local independent bookstore in Cannon Beach, so happy about that. And I'm excited. I need to finish The Hunger Games so I can read these other books that I have. I'm reading, like I said, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and then I'm immediately going to read Sunrise on the Reaping, which don't comfort me. I know I'm going to cry so hard. But anyways, the beach. We are going down to the beach. Also, we're staying kind of in these rooms, and it's really nice, honestly. We are staying at the Hallmark Resort in Newport. Would like to explore the town a little bit. I think we're going to go get breakfast somewhere, and yeah, let's go. It's pretty foggy, but it's still beautiful. Hi, birds. So pretty. Something about the ocean just heals everything. I think that's a jellyfish. That's crazy. I'm not touching it. Look at how foggy it is. I can't believe it. It's kind of cool. There's just nothing over there but fog. Look at all the barnacles. Seaweed. Also, you can't see it because of the fog, but there's supposed to be a lighthouse, like right there. We saw it last night, but not this morning. We saw the jellyfish, and there's a couple broken shells, but not really a shelling Shelling Beach. I wonder if there is really any on the West Coast. I'm sure there is. My mom is big into shelling and she watches shell people on YouTube in Southwest Florida. And I just think it's so cute. She knows all of the scientific names for the shells too. And I'm like, wait, you're so cute. And she's found some good ones on her shell trips to Southwest Florida, but not much on the beaches here that I've noticed. You can see the lighthouse now. The fog really cleared up. Bye, view. I'll miss you. This is so beautiful. All right, we stopped and grabbed breakfast at possibly the fanciest place in Newport, Oregon. McDonald's. That was a joke. I got a smoothie and a hash brown. I normally don't like McDonald's. It's just so bad for you, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. And they make some incredible hash browns. I got a sausage egg McMuffin. What more could you want? Not bad, does the job. But the hash browns and smoothie, very good. This, mid. Breakfast and a view. The lighthouse is closed, but the bay is really pretty, and the bridge was cool. Look at the waves smashed on the rock. It's crazy. I'm excited for the drive today. First stop, Devil's Churn. Crazy. Couple switchbacks on this 0.5 mile loop. Super foggy forest, beautiful ocean. Crazy. The waves are so powerful. Wonder what these flowers are. They look like some type of succulent or cactus. They're very cute. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful! We made a couple more stops down the coast, all with beautiful views. Our second stop was Thor's Well, which if you know me, you know my cat's name is Thor, so I had to come and see his well. We also stopped a little further down the coast at the Sea Lion Caves. This cave is home to stellar sea lions. We saw a bunch on the rocks in the cave, as well as the rocks lining the cliffs on the outside. We also saw a couple gray whales in the distance while gazing out over the Pacific. They were exhaling a bunch, so it was so cool to see that. We didn't see a breach and I didn't get it on video, but when we were leaving we did see one of the tails, which was so cool. We stopped at lunch a little more south in Coos Bay and had some yummy fish and chips right on the water. The rest of the way to our destination, there were so many beautiful pull-offs. I wanted to stop at all of them, but we were wanting to get to Brookings, which is our last stop in Oregon, at a decent time. One of the highlights I would definitely recommend on the South Oregon coast is the natural bridges. We pulled off at another beautiful spot just south of Port Orford, the oldest town site in Oregon. And it's beautiful. The sun is out, the sky's cleared up. What more could you want? Hello, I swear every single clip is just me in the car, but we made it to Brookings and we just checked into our hotel, chilled for a bit, and then we are now going to dinner. Brookings is the furthest south town on the Oregon coast. We were potentially do Redwoods today, but we were so dead that we're just like, no, we'll stay in Brookings and we can do Redwoods in the morning and head down into California for the next part of our trip. Yes, going to dinner right now. It's been a really nice day. Yesterday was so rainy, and today, this morning it was a little cloudy, and then this afternoon it really cleared up. So driving southern half of the Pacific Coast Byway, as they call it here, was very beautiful. We made a couple pit stops at viewpoints, as you saw, and it was stunning. The water was so blue, and it was really cool. I did the Pacific Coast Highway trip when I was in high school with my parents, and today really reminded me of that. I haven't updated you guys on the license plate game. We haven't gotten any these past few days. We've been at 45 since Thursday or Friday of last week. It's just been hard to get them out here because the 5 we need are in the Northeast and South. So maybe we'll get them in California, or maybe we'll get them on our ride home. Who knows? But we still have plenty of time to mark off all 50, because I totally thought we'd get all 50. And we got Hawaii and Alaska, which are like the hardest ones to get. But I guess the little small states in the Northeast are difficult too. Anyways, that's all I have to say. We're gonna go eat dinner. I'm really excited. It's this Italian place that looks really good. I've been craving vegetables. We've been eating a lot of fish and chips and clam chowder and more fried food. And I've been eating a decent amount of fruit, but I just need some veggies. So let's get it. Black Trumpet Bistro. I'm so excited. Hungry. Good morning! It is the next day and we are actually heading out of Oregon, so I'm gonna end the vlog here. I had such a wonderful time. I loved Oregon. I can't wait to come back. Again, only a few days, 3.5 days. It charmed me. I want to come back. I loved the coast. It was so beautiful. I'm just really thankful that I get to experience these things and share them with you. We are actually headed out to the Redwoods this morning in California, and that will be in the next video. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for coming along this road trip journey. It's been a lot, but it's been so cool to see everything. I'm really excited to explore the state. I have been before, but I did the Pacific Coast Highway, as you heard. We're gonna be doing some things a little differently, so exciting stuff. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. Feel free to like, leave a comment, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.